Good evening and welcome into sunny, beautiful Redmond, Washington. And on this Thursday evening, it's the second session for the USA Cycling Junior Track National Championships. So glad you're all here with us tonight. We are about ready to start. My name is Corey Edwards, and I'm joined here by Nolan Adams on the microphone. How you doing, Nolan?
Hello, Corey, and hello, everyone out there on the YouTubes.
Yes, all right. We are broadcasting right now. Thanks for joining us on live if you're here with us. We are starting with some sprinting today, so the juniors are getting some final bike checks and last information here from their coaches getting set for their start in the semifinal round. Up first, we're going to be seeing our 15-18 junior women in the semifinal, their first ride, followed by the junior men 15-18 in their first ride of the semifinals as well. After that, we'll be jumping into some Omniums for our 17-18 junior women, followed by the junior men. And we'll be back to it. It's going to be a fun night of some great racing. Coming to the lineup now is Sarah Vargas, number 144 from Rancho Palos Verdes, California, taking on another of our Californians from El Cerrito. This is Hannah Four, number 105. She will line up in lane 2. Looking for Gabby St. Clair through bike check. St. Clair. Perhaps already completed. Looking at the event on the track here, our first race for the night. We're in the sprints, so this is a best of 3 format. Riders get at least 2 chances before advancing in the ride for first and second. Winner of 2, first to win 2 here, will go on to race for first and second later in the final round. The other rider will continue to race for third and fourth in the overall sprints placing. If you were watching earlier today, you saw Sarah Vargas take 2 of our records at the same time with her qualifier, now holding the record for the elite women and junior women in the flying 200 meter. So the kid in black at the front right now is the fastest we've yet seen at this event on our track. Pretty impressive stuff. Tough competition here for Ford, the rider following her around right now. Vargas trying to work her way towards that first and second place, and she is the number 1 seed out of the qualifier, so she has the advantage of having the best matchup here during the semifinals. Also gained the benefit of the bye during the last round, so didn't have to race anybody earlier today after the qualifier. Plenty of rest time for those legs. Now pulling away from the front, Ford trying to hold on from the speed from Vargas. Controlling tempo from the front, looking very smooth. And it looks like Vargas, 144. Should get the nod here in ride number 1. Looking for Bonilla. Bike check, please. Looking for Bonilla. Number 3 for bike check. That's from the second heat for the 15-18 junior men's sprints.
Trying to hold on from the speed from Vargas. Controlling tempo from the front, looking very smooth.
Gabby St. Clair, number 103 in the blue for Star Trek. Our Texas rider taking on Ulana Woods from Ventura, California, out in lane 2. The rider in white and black.
You know what, Corey? My whole life, Ace Ventura. Am I wrong?
I don't know. You tell me. Ventura. I'm going to chew on that for a while, if you know what I'm saying.
Can you put a poll in the YouTube comments?
We could ask. They might just pop in. Oh, that's right. He doesn't have the signing to do that. Someone's going to help correct us. And your rider from Ventura in second wheel spot coming up on the wheel of St. Clair now. The rider in blue on the lead of the lap.
This looks quite similar to the race we just watched.
All locked in before the bell. The faster finisher from qualifiers is in second, though, this time, following the lead rider around. Oh, that was the same as our last ride. So the faster qualifier leading the lap is St. Clair. But by the qualifying times, this is going to be a little bit closer, I think.
I do like a close race. And they're within 6 inches at the moment.
Roll around the corner. St. Clair still from the front. Woods challenging to the line. Ooh, could be close. Oh! Exciting finish there. Wow. The quick call should go, I believe, to the right on the outside, 146. I think we have a replay on the YouTube to check that out a little bit closer. So let's rewatch that one a little bit here. So if you're on the YouTube, you might get a second look at that close finish between Woods and St. Clair. It is going to be called close here, despite the close call. It is Woods that gets the nod on the first ride. Nicely done for number 146, and a great ride for St. Clair. Looking forward to their next time here up at the track. Now lining up for their start, we're now to the junior men in their sprint tournament, the semifinal round. This is J.C. Pyle in lane 2, number 7 for the Jerry Baker Juniors. All the way from Kirkland, Washington, up against Ian Choi, number 79 for Star Trek from Flushing, New York. Their first ride, now getting started. Your fastest qualifier out of the 200 meters and improving on his own junior men track record this morning, J.C. Pyle. So another fast finisher from this morning and absolutely national the flying 200s today. Now he's got to put it on display in the semifinal round to try to work his way towards the finals for first and second.
Yeah, JC's been on some good form so far this year. Notably, last week, I believe we saw him win the Marymore Crawl. Gapped the field pretty quick, so we know he's got that explosive acceleration. Currently sitting up high by the rail, just waiting it out.
Yeah, a little bit quicker lap from both these riders in the last couple of heats. Pyle kind of playing it a little interestingly in turn 2, now both sitting side by side. Some recent good results. What he's really wanted to focus on, though, is to be ready for Junior Nats. Is he did well in this tournament last year. Up against Ian Choi, put up a really quick time in his qualifier as well. Had to race an extra round to get here as Pyle got the bye. Now both riders getting down the sprinter's lane. JC just controlling the tempo from the front.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's all out quite yet.
And just like that, he's up and out of the saddle, waiting for that extra gear to click into place, and that's showing his speed and form today. Looking like he's in the kind of shape that should work his way towards that race for first and second with that kind of power. Nicely done for JC. This is now Bonilla and Huang coming to the line. You recall, I believe it was Pyle and Bonilla going back and forth in training blows just a year ago in this exact same event on our Velodrome. Rolling up to lane 1 will be number 68, William Huang for the Jerry Baker Juniors. Coming to us all the way from Redmond, Washington. And from Long Beach, California, for Ironfly Racing is Louis Bonilla.
Getting a big toss. William Huang. But sitting up just a little bit and waiting.
Both these riders are great sprinters. We've seen some good recent laps from Huang. I know he's really developed in this last year into a stronger sprinter. And Bonilla we got to see quite a bit last year. He's our second seed today, so our second fastest time, taking on the third seed in William Huang. So this could be a very close matchup for these two. Bonilla maybe with a little bit more top power. Huang with really good acceleration. Be interesting to see how this series plays out. Might be one of our first times we get to see a best of 3 really play out.
This is absolutely the most dynamic race we've seen so far tonight.
Lots of up and down on the track here.
Dip, dive, duck, dodge.
As Huang tries to play every version of it there. He's playing the game, but he is going to jump underneath. So now Huang's got the longer way around the track and no slipstream just yet to benefit from. He might not need to back off and restart this thing. Now he's trying to drive it. Bonilla's trying to hold on to enough power here to make sure he's not using too much here against Huang. Huang's going to try to get him. Ooh, pretty close there for William on the outside, but Bonilla uses just enough power to hold him off in the short lane.
I'm going to have to watch that one back. That was fascinating. That's more action than the Elite tournament last weekend.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Now, you know, when the juniors fly into Redmond, they're always putting up a good show.
Trying to hold on to enough power.
Replay, like, getting another look at it on the YouTube there. It was not as close to the finish as our last look, but you can just see how commanding of a presence there in the sprinters lane Bonilla ended up having. But Huang had a good run at it. Had a chance all the way around. So good racing there. We'll see more from them later on in the schedule. Getting ready for their start, the junior women, our 17, 18-year-olds in the elimination race, the third stage of the Omnium, now getting up for their start. Bike check for the junior men. All junior men in the elimination race. Bike check time. For our live YouTube audience, you won't hear any change, but for our folks here in the Velodrome, we're going to turn down the music for the elimination. And I'm actually going to leave you up here, Nolan. I got to go on the infield and make some calls with our officials. So you're going to take care of the deck, okay?
Sounds great. It's been nice knowing you, Corey.
Riders in the elimination in their neutral about to get their start if they're all together. And racing's underway. Bell's reminding them that the eliminations start immediately. Last rider in the group is pulled. Their placing is based on how long they can stay in the field. This is a race in the Omnium, so this is stage 3 of 4. Your leaders coming into this, Ru Tomko, tied currently with Emma Jimenez-Palos at the top. That's number 101, Ru Tomko for Jerry Baker Juniors. And for 2028, Velo Development Team, Emma Jimenez-Palos, number 108 in this field. Currently the leaders in the Omnium. They're going to try to want to place well here today in our elimination. A relatively short event considering the smaller field. And here comes your first elimination now. 106, Stedman. This is going to be over relatively quick again, as with a smaller field. It's based on the size. That's the length of the elimination. So we're going to see these juniors work through this pretty fast. On deck, the junior men are going to be doing the same thing. Our 17, 18-year-old junior men should already be through bike check for their elimination race coming up next. (104) Louisa Kelly, 104.
By my eyes, it looks like Riley Halpern sitting up top playing the devil, coming around with just enough time to spare the first 2 laps. Let's see if she can do it again.
(109) Kavner. 109 Kavner. Ooh, stretched out a little bit here. 154, Riley Halpern. Down to 4. Your top 2 from the Omnium overall, they're still in the group. One away up at the top near the front. Jimenez Palos, right next door and a little bit behind her. Now actually directly behind is Ruth Tomko. Julia Barna out the back right now, trying to hold on is the rider from Valkyr out of Portland. Barna accelerating, trying to leave out the rider on the bottom. I think it'll work. 102 is Jillian Holm. 3 riders left. One more call for our riders to the next race. One more call for our riders to the next race.
Riders 4, 9, and 10 to bike check. Riders 4, 9, 10 to bike check.
Thank you. Barna on the back of the lineup here. Tomko in the middle and being led out right now by Jimenez Palos. This should be your last lap of contest here as we're down to our top 2. That's 110, Barna. Top 2 left. And they come into this race in a tie for their start in the final set of this race. We're going to be getting a points race later on during this program that'll really settle the Omnium. Wing through the turn. It's just mano a mano here. We've seen a lot of this so far today. Tomka will sit up. Jimenez Palos takes the elimination by a single point here today over her closest competition so far. Ruth Tomko, they're going to be very close in the points coming into that final stage of the race today. Now, for the junior 17, 18-year-old men for the elimination race, their third stage in the Omnium, coming up for their start now. On deck, sprinters, we're coming back for ride 2 of the semis. Junior women, semifinal round, ride 2 on deck. And race off into the neutral now.
The fastest neutral of the weekend right here.
And the whistle sounded. We are eliminated next time around.
Looks like Merritt Gallagher down low in the catbird seat. Do people still say that? Probably dating myself.
Edge Cycling leading things out now. We'll look to the back, though, for our first pole of the race. 18, Kane Dodgen. Kane Dodgen, number 18.
That's Cash in the blue coming over the top with Merritt Gallagher in tow.
Cash is our winner of the second race today. The tempo. Number 11, Noah Shumskis. 11. And I think they're going to manage it. 17, Cash. Number 17, Cassius Sadomsky. Leads your top two, Gallagher and Clary, your current leader in the Omnium. Clary, number 4, trying to get some more points here to get a best start he can for tonight's points race. Gallagher's worst finish coming out from the scratch, trying to improve in both the tempo and the elimination. He'll take the elimination, it looks like, here tonight. Well, Clary will still pick up some very valuable points, finishing second overall in the elimination. The conclusion for the Omnium racing will happen later on. The fourth ride, the points race, later in our schedule.
Women's Sprint Ride 2 to staging. Women's Sprint Ride 2 to staging, please.
Just a lesson that I've learned, and so it goes. Tables turn in your own. When I think about the way we used to be, when I think about the things you took from me, I know that I am so much better. When I look at what I've done, the real heart. When I look at what I've won, I've come so far. I know I'm so much better off, and baby, you don't belong. When I think about the way we used to be, when I think about the things you took from me, I know that I am so much better.
Two. Alana Woods, number 146, winning ride 1. The time from the finals here, or the final time that we got to see on that last ride, according to our results, was only 0.03 of a second behind with St. Clair. So this matchup could flip here, go the other way. We'll see. Gabby St. Clair in the blue, 103. Trying to force ride 3 in the semifinal round. Side by side into the turns here. Again, it's the rider in white and black that won the first ride by less than 1/10 of a second. The measure on the finish cam was 0.033 separating the two wheels there on the riders. St. Clair led out the last time they matched, doing a little bit of coordinated moves here. Some fancy work across the Velodrome. Still playing the position game. Woods will take the lead jump out here in turn 1. St. Clair's quick though. Should be able to get on the wheel. Both riders accelerating pretty nicely down into the back straight. St. Clair with about a bike. That's a pretty good gap to hold on to. Just follow that wheel. Work for the pass. They've flipped rules now. Woods at the lead. St. Clair with the catch. Maybe a little bit early for that wheel to overlap here. Ooh, coming into the corner. St. Clair is making the pass. Can she hold on to the speed she currently has? Woods trying to do it again. Woods, Clair. It'll be St. Clair on the outside by a bike and a half. Or ride 3. Our first of the day. Under 11s for your scratch race. Need to go for your bike check. Need to roll off, please. Under 11s for the scratch race.
Under 11s? I was still on training wheels, Corey.
We went from like 3 under 11s last year to 2 fields of like 7, 8, 9 riders this year.
And is this the under 11s now?
Almost.
Okay.
This is our junior men in their semifinal second ride for the sprints. JC Pyle, number 7, leading things out down there in position 1.
And the throw goes to Coach Alex.
There. JC Pyle, again, your top qualifier from the flying 200 meters for this group. Leading things out, the rider in blue and black, trying to just control pace right now up against Troy. Pyle doing something similar to what we saw last time, trying to control the pace from the front and win from position 1. Doesn't want to ever be behind Troy anywhere around this lap. And he's got a gap. He's just going to try to maintain it here. This is going to be awfully tough for Troy to close that distance down. Already starting to look around. He sees in the corner. He's got this one well in control. We'll see JC racing for first and second in the sprints. Troy will be back for more when he's racing for third and fourth in the series later on this evening. Finally, a race between Bonilla and Huang. Ride 2. On track right now, this feels like the future of the sport right now are older juniors, these 15 to 18-year-old sprinters showing their stuff here today. But up after this, really the future of the sport. Our under 11s are getting ready to start, both with our junior women and our junior men. Under 11 fields getting ready for their first race of the 2025 Junior Nats. This is Louis Bonilla, number 3 in lane 1 in the black kit and helmet. In the black and blue of the Jerry Baker Juniors, next door to him, William Wong, number 68. An even closer finish by the finish camera. Get this, just 0.02 of a second separated these two in the first ride that Bonilla took.
Are you going to take the over or the under for how tight it is this time?
Oh, here we go. This is a different look. I'm not sure why I'm going to sit on this one. This is a tough one to call with that close of a finish. Like I said, I think coming into this matchup, I see Bonilla as the more powerful rider, but Huang with more acceleration, maybe a little bit more get up and go, a little more playfulness. He might be able to out-strategize or out-maneuver Bonilla a little bit here in the first lap.
I mean, honestly, up here in the booth, I'm just confused. So I would assume Bonilla is just like a little bit also confused.
Probably. Rocking and rolling up and down a little bit here on the home straight. Bonilla is at the front. Winner of the first ride, now leading the lap. Both riders just barely out of that sprinter's lane. An opportunity to race for first and second. A little bit of hill movement there from Huang, just preparing himself to reestablish some speed. Bonilla's waiting here as long as he can. Shortening the distance to the finish line. I'm not sure that's the right recipe. We'll see, though. Rounding the corner, it's still Bonilla on the lead. Huang trying to make the pass and the catch. I don't think it's going to be enough here. Bonilla controls it by a bike. Number 3 will race later on with a sprint for gold and silver for the group. The scratch race for the under 11 junior women coming for their start. We missed rider 112 and 113, Mahini and Kim, for their check-in. Seven other riders here in this field. A field of 9 on the start list. We're just a bit short because we missed a few for check-in. That is pretty exciting stuff. On deck, our under 11 junior men scratch race. The very future of the sport getting lined up for us here today. They're going to be doing 5 laps, 5 quick trips around the Velodrome, and they're also racing in an Omnium. We're not going to make them do a whole bunch in one day, so the overall Omnium is going to go over the course of several sessions, and I did say 5 laps because that's what I see on our start list. My mistake. It's showing 3 laps on our lap cards. 3 laps.
The bell is always official, Corey. Little known fact.
I'm always trying to override Steve, but he keeps me in check. Last call for 113, right at 113, Liana Kim. Last call, Liana Kim. Looking for number 24, Zach Sigay, for to check in for the next field. Number 24. Riders away for the neutral. 3 laps of scratch racing if we start out of turn 4. We're all together. Our regular audience will know that we're pretty proud of ourselves for being able to maintain a really young crowd out here on a Friday night. We've got 120, 130 youngsters out here for Kitty Kilos every Friday night. Last year we had an under 11 field here. It was combined, I think 3, maybe 4 riders out here at a time. 5. So not a lot in that group. Now we've got a start list of 9 junior women all on their own here for our under 11s. Important that as they go by, you're only going to see them 3 times, that we make plenty of noise and cheer on these kids. They get 1 race tonight in front of us, so we'll make sure to support them. Their racing's going right now. Let's hear it for our under 11s. 3 to go. Cadence Edwards takes over the front, number 115. Full aggression from the beginning of the race.
Is this a tactic you've seen before, Corey?
You mean at home, or? Yes, I mean, that's kind of like wake up every day.
The field does appear to be closing the gap, slowly but surely.
And working their way back up. Edwards still on the lead of the lap as they're around the corner. Going to be getting 2 to go. This first race in their Omnium. Star Trek's catching back onto the wheel here. Eleven 12 women's scratch race. Please check in for your bike check. Your 11-12 women's scratch race. Check in, please, for bike check. This home crowd knows what to do. No surprise. They're rocking and rolling the cheer, and I love it. Group of 3 a little bit off the front here from the rest of the riders. Looks like a group of Star Trek trying to lead out this race now. One more time to make some noise. It's 1 to go. 114 on the lead of the lap as they started things up. That was Alina Nagerseth, another of our New York riders, and now one of our teammates taking over the front. And your fast finish coming in here. You're under 11. Omnium getting off started fast. Number 116, Ruth Swanson takes the win in the scratch. And we'll keep the cheering going all the way in for all of our fast finishers. Will Lingwood getting lots of cheering here. Great job. Nice racing for all of our competitors. A great effort here today from Satya Burgos, number 118, finishing up as well. Everybody's going to exit on the back straight. Track should be clear for your next group to make their way up. Under 11 junior men. (11-12) junior women should already be checked in for their scratch race. Also getting ready for bike check, the 11-12 junior men's scratch race. And once again, this is your opportunity to make a lot of noise for the future of the sport. It's an under 11 junior men's scratch race in their first race of the Omnium, going off into their neutral. And the riders are off for their fast 3 laps here. Again, this is an Omnium format, so riders get 4 races overall. It'll conclude in a points race at the end of this series for them later during the weekend. Several Californians in this field. One rider out of Milford Charter Township, Michigan. That's Hudson Colleen, number 23. Then a couple of our local riders for the Jerry Baker Juniors making up this group. In fact, one of the locals leading the way at 2 to go. Seeing Zach Seagay right on the front, number 24, at 2 to go. So I think it was it 8 starters in our last group and made it up there? I think it was 9 in the start list, 8 race. This group's got 7. From 5 last year to 15 total riders in the young group this year. That in of itself is a good sign for the sport. Glad to see so many families choosing to participate this year in Junior Nats with their young riders here in Redmond. On deck, junior women 11 through 12 for their scratch in the Omnium. Getting the bell one more time, folks. Put your hands together for the one to go. Zach Segay still leading the lap. Yeah, Hudson Colleen, number 23, the Michigan rider, kind of moving down towards that sprinter's lane now. Your rider at the front of the field right now, still waiting for a challenge. Speed on the outside. Look out. We got two riders at the front. Ooh, the pass in turn 3. Whoa, look at this move. And here they come. One more time, folks. Put your hands together. Your fast finisher, number 25, Elijah Goulet from Compton, California, will take the early lead in the Omnium. What a sprint. Our only ride 3 is on deck. That's what I should be calling for. After that, your junior women will coming up for their scratch race. 11, 12-year-olds on deck and ready to go. An exciting ride 3 for our junior women's sprint tournament in the semifinal round. This is Ulana Woods, number 146 in lane 1, taking on Gabby St. Clair, number 103, up in lane 2, the rider in blue. All tied up, and now to ride number 3. This will settle the score once and for all. Who is going to ride on against Vargas for first and second? Who will ride in the race for third and fourth? Be determined right here. And we're away. And that race is coming back for a restart. Yeah, that's going to come back around. That's due to a little bumping in action there in turn 1. So we'll get a restart for that here shortly. Okay, maybe we'll have a discussion about that, though, and I'll get the call here soon. So we'll bring them back here for their start. They will get another shot at Woods down in lane 1 still. St. Clair in lane 2. And off we go again. Tension's high. A lot on the line here. Top 2 spots on the podium guaranteed if you can win this race.
Looking a little bit more smooth this go around. You know, an interesting observation I just had. You can sort of just eyeball the shadow here. You don't really need to see where the rider is. You can see the shadow coming around before the rider itself.
Yeah, especially in the evenings sessions here. Earlier during the quarterfinal rounds, not quite the same advantage, but you're right. It does cast quite the long shadow here during our evening racing in turn 1. So we'll get through the first 200 meters with, again, quite a bit of, it feels like a lot of anxiety here, a lot of build-up for this one sprint. A very close ride 1, a little bit more of a clear winner in the second ride as St. Clair comes back to force this third ride. So ride 3, where it will settle the score, and our only one to be forced to this third ride. The winner automatically getting onto one of those top 2 spots on the podium. An important lap upcoming. 1 to go with the bell ringing, just a little bit of pressure not coming out on those pedals for St. Clair. Woods follows the move up high into the hill. Standing by for the move, looking over the left shoulder. St. Clair keeping a good look on things. Woods holding down the acceleration. St. Clair will get things started her way. The winner of the second ride now in the lead position. This is how Woods got her in ride 1, though, was from the back like this. Can she improve on that first matchup? Looking good from the front, but Woods is starting to pass now. Ooh, the blue rider still in position here. St. Clair still looking like she's got control. Can Woods come up alongside? St. Clair to the line. St. Clair takes it. Had to start in the disadvantage, lost ride 1, but comes back in good style through 2 rides.
Yeah, that was a good comeback win from Gabby there. Impressive stuff. Tight racing. Love it.
The juniors making it very competitive for this weekend, and we're still have so much more ahead of us, including the finals for those junior sprinters later on tonight. Now our 11 to 12-year-old junior women for the scratch race, their first step along their Omnium for the weekend, coming up for their start. Riders away for the neutral. 8-lap scratch for your 11 and 12-year-old junior women. Another nice sized field for what is a really young group of competitors here today. We've got another Omnium series. This is the first race of 4 for them. An 8-lap scratch, and on deck the junior men, 11 through 12-year-olds, will also be racing the same race. All together through the turn. Should be getting the signal from our official turn 4 here shortly. And there's your whistle. That means racing has begun. Put your hands together for the first time here today. Our 11 to 12 junior women. 8 to go.
A lot of folks at the front just looking around, seeing who wants to take the lead here. Got 8 laps showing on the card, so I can understand not wanting to get in the wind too much too early. We've seen a lot of folks with an early burst of speed, unfortunately, trickle back through the pack. You know, it's as a young rider, it's hard to know what you're capable of. And I think this age group, being a little bit older, a little bit wiser, are a little bit more cautious about these early laps.
Also, it's wise when you're in these new fields. When you get to race with these competitors, you have no idea what they're bringing. There's not a lot of tape on them. There's not a lot of back. Who are you competing? I don't know who I'm riding against. Who's this kid? So you got to go and kind of get to know each other a little bit. Race next to each other, see what they're going to do. Someone going to get hot-headed?
You know, that's sort of a disadvantage of all of the riders here at JBMV. All the other riders can look at the tape that we produce and get a little scouting report.
That's
so
right.
Maybe we should shut down the live stream the weeks leading into the tournament next year.
Ooh, now we're getting next level. That's some good mind games right there. Protect the talent. The live stream team's like, hey, wait a second. Our group's still all together in the middle of this lap. They will be seeing 6 to go. First rider across the line will get the most points from the Omnium going on. It's also important, this is great development for these young riders to know that one result does not determine their Omnium. It's 4 races, so you make a mistake and you'll learn from it in the scratch. You get to come back in the tempo and try something new. So it's a great coaching race, this Omnium. It really gives you an opportunity to build on one effort and go into the next one, learn from one race, try something new the next time. That's why we love it for these younger groups. It really fits well. A little bit of acceleration here after the 6 to go mark gets passed. Star Trek on the front. On to the home straight. We've got a little bit of a break starting to form here. Our main field pulling away from some riders at 5 to go. 126 on the lead is Catherine Miller from Ponte Vedra Racing, Ormond Beach, Florida.
I've heard of that place just now.
Riding the blue line, all behind our rider out of Florida. Miller leading the lap right now, 126. Right behind her, we've got the green and yellow, the Star Trek development team over there.
Catherine looks a little nonplussed by being on the front. I think that they know the watts that they've got, and they might have a couple to spare.
Yeah, looking confident and showing some confidence in the posture within the field. And the field seems to be reading those vibes pretty well. They're like, okay, well, we can follow your lead for a bit. Let's follow that wheel for now. Still following Miller around here, seeing 3 to go. Very similar formation this time around. Right behind is Hannah Mayer, number 124 for Star Trek. Two to go. Group of 6 through turn 2 is the lead of the race. We're getting some good cheering on for our group of 2 here. Waiting and waiting for this bell. Group's all floating together here above that blue line, just waiting for the final sprint to get this race sorted out. And there it is, your one to go. Bell's ringing. Look out for Ayla Zavala in the sprinter's lane. The rider in blue trying to hold on as well. The rider currently in second position. That was a little close on the wheel there between two of our riders, but we managed to be okay. Still being led out by Miller, 126. You're chasing 2, getting the bell. And now we turn our attention to this finish on the home straight. And here comes the sprint. Ayla Zavala, 121, will take ride number 1. Your leader at the front for most of this race. Miller, second across the line for a great finish. And don't go anywhere. A couple more finishers here working their way around the track before we bring up our next race. A sprint here at the back of the group. Nice job for these junior competitors. Smiles all the way around from Magazine and Lingwood. And now your 11 through 12 junior men's scratch race, the first step in their Omnium. Big group here coming for their start. (13-14) women's scratch. Bike check, please. 13-14 junior women scratch race. Bike check. Shortly after, the 13-14 junior men will also be needing their bike check. On deck, the sprints in their finals, ride 1. First, the junior women sprinters, followed by the junior men. Sprinters, you're on deck. Currently in their neutral lap. 8-lap scratch race, just like you saw a moment ago, for this nice size field of junior men, 11 through 12-year-olds. Also part of an Omnium series ongoing throughout this weekend. About ready to get their start out of turn 4 if they're all together. And racing's underway. 8 to go.
'27 on the front. What a position. That's better than most of the Cat 1-2 riders I've seen out here. So aero.
And Max Ebens, he'll be one to watch.
I'm lumping myself into that category as not looking very aero. But they tell me you can't see aero. But I'm looking at that and I'm saying that is.
That's it. That's what it looks like.
That's 100% aero right
That's
there.
the picture of aero.
CDA 0.
You heard it here. Number 27, the most aero rider of the weekend. Leading that first lap, 7 to go.
We got a rider creeping off the front here. The rest of the field not too concerned seemingly, but Max from Star Trek diving back down to the sprint lane. Going to close the gap up just a little bit.
Yeah, let's move off the front from Nils Rousseau, another of our Star Trek racers.
Oh, is that a teammate?
Indeed it is.
Interesting.
The New York area squad flying in lots of riders this weekend.
You know, there's no team tactics out here at the track, but there's also team tactics. You know what I'm saying? But there aren't. There definitely aren't.
Yeah. There are not.
It's exactly what I didn't say.
Right. I'm not confused either. Nils still leading the lap. 5 to go. Gavin Newman, number 37 for the Fairbanks. I said Newman, thank you. Leading. There's 2 Gavins here this weekend. Newman's like, I'm not racing right now. Resting up for that next race in the Omnium. Gavin Fairbanks, who also... There's another Fairbanks here, his older brother, competing in the 15, 16-year-olds. It's a family affair.
Whole bunch of nepotism going on right now.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track of. Fairbanks helps bring the rest of the field back up to the leader. Things are mostly back together now as they come out of turn 4 onto the home straight. Four to go. Number 30, Hugo Meerhofer for Edge Cycling, kind of falling around Max Ebens early on here. He's got all the rest of the field right there too, but it seems like you're right in red for Edge Cycling. He's got the idea he should be following this guy around, positioning himself right behind. Three to go. Niels still off the front. Here comes the speed from Ebens. And we're talking about Meerhofer earlier being on that wheel. He's still right there in position. I see the green and purple of our Detroit area team as well right there. There's the Jerry Baker Jr. rider moving up alongside the rail. It's still Ebens just completely seeming to be in control of this whole race. But a rider out of Texas, I believe that's one of our Outkick riders moving away for the field, trying to catch him sleeping a little bit.
Max wise to the effort. Back on the front down low, trying to close.
At 2 to go, this is Ryan Kegel off the front. A little awkward movement in there in the turn 2. Our junior men navigate it well enough though. Flattening out very quickly as they catch a rider from Outkick Velodrome. Two to go for our local lineup here of 3. Great job. And 1 to go. We might be needing to have our eyes up here for our youth. Eyes up, juniors. All right, we're hoping for some good awareness here. We've got a busy corner 3 coming up. Nicely navigated here so far. It's the colors of purple and green leading the way for Mad Jack Arena. I think that's Sawyer leading out the lap right now. And from the outside, here comes your rider from Edge Cycling, the Pennsylvania Speedster, number 30, Hugo Meerhofer.
You know, we didn't call their name much that whole race, but that means they were just tucked in drafting. Smart racing there from the lead rider.
There's got to be a good combination of effort at the front to keep it fast and be in the right place, but being selfish oftentimes is a good way to race a scratch race, especially 8 laps. Stay in the field, be smart, be in the right place. We talked about him a few laps earlier. He was just always right behind Ebens at the front, and then does what he needs to do in that final lap. All riders are exiting here. Junior women's sprinters into the final round. Ride 1 upcoming.
Start it up.
Rider 146 in lane 1 is Ulana Woods. In lane 2, number 105, Hannah Ford in the race for 3rd and 4th. Best of 3, at least 2 chances here for these riders to sort this one out. 3rd and 4th in today's sprint tournament as a result of this final series. Your only 3rd ride today of any of our sprinters so far. Zulana Woods gets one more round to get to this stage, so a little bit more work that she had to do to put in to be here. Hannah Ford gets one less effort here before showing up in the finals. Woods qualifying, though, with a faster time earlier today. She currently sitting right in front of Ford on this slow opening lap. Walking pace needs to be maintained until the pursuit line, so we're just checking to make sure these riders are staying at appropriate speed, at least until that point.
Start it up.
As soon as we pass the pursuit line, big back pedal there from Woods. So, little track standing here. Both riders spending a lot of effort here on this first lap. Going nowhere at all, which is part of the sprint tournament, right? This is that battle for position. Energy being spent going nowhere fast is still part of this. Ford looks like she wants nothing more to do with it, so she'll start to take off. Maybe this is what Woods is looking for, is that force to be in that second position coming into the second lap. On to the home straight. Still a lot of patience for these two. Bells ringing. Ford moving up out of the sprinter's lane. Woods taking the sprinter's lane. Woods gets up to speed fast enough to take the sprinter's lane and the front position away from Ford. So after all that fighting for second position, she'll just take the lead of the lap. Ford on the wheel in a pretty good position here. The challenge is that Woods had a pretty quick 200-meter time in comparison. Can Ford challenge? She's starting to work into the turn here. Looking good. Ford versus Woods. And, ooh, nice toss there from Ford to make it even closer. Looks to be the rider in the sprinter's lane to get the call there for ride one.
Turn here. Looking good. Ford versus Woods.
And now coming up for their start the race for first and second. In lane one, number 103 for Star Trek in the blue, that's Gabby St. Clair. In lane two, in the all black, number 144, Sarah Vargas. First ride in this best of three for first and second place. Side by side here to start off this race. Vargas on the inside position, currently with St. Clair just off to the right. Your number one qualifier today, working her way into this race for first and second. Shouldn't be surprised if Vargas be here against the number 2 seed, St. Clair. We got to see some laps out of Vargas last year, competed here for the sprints, looked good a year ago, looking even better today, breaking a record in the flying 200s for the elite and the junior women in one go. This is a tough matchup for the Texas rider. St. Clair's got her work cut out for her here.
Yeah, Gabby's going to have to come up with something special here to come around. Vargas just showing such extreme pace. And out of the saddle here, creating a gap.
Yeah, this is a ride towards a championship here for Vargas. Just looking really smooth. Looking fit for an elite speed with that way she's riding this bike this weekend. Just really good looking race overall from her all weekend long in these sprints. St. Clair had to fight to get here. She's going to have to feel really proud about even a second place finish up against this rider. She had to work hard in that semifinal round. We'll see her one more time, and we'll see how it goes in Ride 2 between St. Clair and Vargas. The race for third and fourth for your junior men sprint tournament. Ride 1 now coming to the start line. In lane 1 for the Jerry Baker Juniors, number 68 is William Huang. His competition from Star Trek Racing, number 79, Ian Choi, starting in lane 2.
I'm going to call it the throw even this go around, if I'm honest. Star Trek stepping it up. Love to see it. You know, William Huang absolutely ballet dancing out there.
I was going to say, are those off-road tires today?
Yeah, it's got a gravel setup here so that apron doesn't become consequential.
There you go. Maybe even beneficial against his opponent with a more traditional setup. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I saw Alex put a couple extra ounces of sealant in that back tire.
Everything will all even out after the early up and down movement here as they'll sort things out into turn 3 with Huang just in front of Choi now as they hit the hill.
The officials on the backstretch getting to take it easy, well above walking pace there.
Yeah, no challenge for any track stands or any of that sort of business here. These two will keep it rolling pretty comfortably here. Huang doing what he kind of has done all the way up to this stage. A lot of movement up and down track. He does it again here as we're finding that blue line a few times today. Bell's ringing with 1 to go. Huang getting comfortable again with all this movement up and down. Choi, similarly in his rounds up to this point too. Just in terms of style, these two are pretty well matched. This could be a fun ride between these two.
Unfortunately, there isn't a podium for style, Corey.
Indeed, there's not, so they're going to get right to the good part of the race now. Huang from the front, up and out of the saddle. Choi from the back position. Can he hold on? Huang's got a little bit faster 200-meter time for the qualifiers, but Choi's got the benefit of the slipstream. Hitting the home straight. Choi! Whoa! I think just maybe even by decision it might have gone to the outside. However, I think also the camera will confirm. I think 79 got there first.
I stand with you on that.
We'll wait for the official call. Exciting race for those two. Kind of thought that might go that way in terms of being a close race. Really well played from the back position from Choi. The race for first and second now coming up to their start. This is number 7, J.C. Pyle in the black and blue for the J. Baker Juniors racing up against Louis Bonilla. Ironfly Racing, number 3 in lane 2.
Number 7 on the jersey, number 1 in our hearts.
Choi is given the win in that last race by a time of .014 over Huang, a very close ride. In addition, William Huang issued a warning for dangerous riding exiting the sprinter's lane there. So there will be one official warning for Huang. So close in that last sprint. Back to the one we're on right now, though. This is Pyle getting kind of with the speed here up against Bonilla.
You know, I'm not really sure who has the edge. They're both out in the wind here. Bonilla doing a little bit more work, a little bit further around, coming into 1 to go.
Yeah, this is going to be close. Based on the qualifiers, again, Pyle, your number 1 seed, Bonilla, number 3, behind him is the 2nd seed. So we expect Pyle to have a little bit more finishing speed, but you just saw a second ago, when it's this close of a matchup, That can go away quickly. Bonilla, an experienced racer. He packs off the back wheel a little bit. Now he's going to try to come back into the slipstream. Nicely timed. Pyle's got to put all the power into it right now. Here they come around the corner. The first ride could be very close. Pyle, Bonilla powering it up. Bonilla takes the first ride. 2 juniors in a row showing that the second position, if you pass it, you do the timing in the pass just right, there's an advantage of being in that slipstream if you can do it right. Well ridden from the back position by Bonilla.
Indeed.
A reminder to our riders on the warm-up circle, stay on the inside lane as much as you can, especially as races are ending. That'll help our riders looking to exit in the warm-up circle, that they'll have a lane that looks safe for them. There is a line separating the inner lane and the outside lane. Please stay to the inner lane if you are rolling around the warm-up circle so that the outside lane is available for those exiting from the previous race. Thank you. Junior 13 to 14-year-old women scratch race coming for their start. Step 1 in their Omnium for the weekend as well. Ten laps showing on the lap cards. Your juniors off here for their neutral in this scratch race. Looks like your field's all together. Should be getting the signal from our officials to get this race underway. And off we go. 10 laps of scratch racing. 13-14 junior women. The first step of their Omnium competition getting underway. Eight riders out here making up our Omnium for our 13-14 junior women. This is a nice representative group too, as we've got riders kind of from all over the country racing in this one field. From Texas, from New York, from California, Indianapolis, and of course our locals right here around the Seattle greater area. So representative of many of our velodromes all in this one group.
I'm happy to see that my favorite out-of-state team has returned from Houston, Texas. GHCF, presented by Schottenkirk Kia, back in the house. Can't get enough of Schottenkirk Kia.
Wait, is it the team or the car dealership that you're excited?
Yes, Corey.
Okay, just making sure.
Have you seen their new models? Looking good.
I mean, are you trying to? Now you're just calling for an extra sponsorship, aren't you?
I'm just trying to
Dinah's looking for some new help.
I'm trying to get a personal sponsorship from Schottenkirk Kia.
There we go.
And there are new electric vehicles as modern as ever.
That's what I'm talking about. I know our Outkick Velodrome fans out there got to be enjoying that. Where are you at out there in the live chat? Let's hear from you. I know you're watching to cheer on. And by the way, got some out here in the live audience too. Oh, man. 8 to go. All bunched up here for the first couple laps. And again, these juniors know this scratch race, it's not a large enough field for there to be any reason to really get off the front and start just driving the train anytime soon.
Speaking of trains, Corey, just saw Sound Transit Light Rail scoot on by.
All right.
Friends of the Velodrome.
They are friends of the Velodrome. We're just waiting for that connection to go all the way over to Seattle one of these days.
Powered by AI. That's what I heard.
For real?
Yeah.
Is that how it moves?
I think so.
I'm scared of it now.
And ChatGPT does the routing.
I'm young enough to understand AI, but I'm old enough to be terrified by its potentials. You know what I mean?
I think that's a good place to be.
Yeah, I think it is. 7 to go for our field. Still in very similar formation as they come by the finish line.
What shape is this? It's kind of a blob.
A little bit.
A little bit of a blob in turn 2.
They're almost like in a matrix, like in a 2x4 for a bit.
You know, maybe we should just talk in Tetris shapes.
Right.
Or chicken nugget shapes.
Okay, there we go. Yes, I think any of these blob forms you could have seen at one point or another in a chicken nugget shape. I think that seems about right.
You know, I heard they've only got 4 shapes. Yeah, order the 20-pack next time you're there and just kind of line
Sort
them out.
Okay.
And yeah, there's just only 4.
Wow. I'm learning so much up here today.
Somebody handed me an energy drink, and that might have been a bad choice.
There we go. We've caffeinated the color commentator, and now look what we got ourselves into. We're talking chicken nuggies. 6 to go. The back half of this race, every lap goes on, is going to get more critical for positioning in this group of 8. At the moment, again, they know that they're just kind of working their way close to that finish. Beautiful view as we look over at our improved podium area this year between turns 1 and 2. Positioned perfectly so that Mount Rainier is an advantageous position there behind. Beautiful evening to enjoy the vantage point we got here at Marymore Park. Might be the hottest day it's going to be, actually, of the weekend as we look forward to the forecast. Looks beautiful, but a little bit cooling off for the next couple of days. Still going to be gorgeous here while we're here. Yes, yeah, some of the people in the infield are going, hey, yeah, there's a big mountain over there.
You know, some of the California competitors later this weekend are going to have their thermals on.
Yeah, high of 72. I think that's like sweater weather, isn't it?
Chilly. Cover those knees.
5 to go.
Coming into 4 to go. Field still together. Hanging out.
Your friends from Texas have been leading the way most of the way around. They've been in at the top at the front. Although, I don't know, what's the increase in distance if you're riding at the rail compared to down the sprinter's lane over a course of 10 laps?
Not insignificant, but I don't think it's significantly different from an effort perspective given the pace that they're going at the moment.
That's fair to say.
You know what I'd love to see, Corey, is maybe one of the riders in back just sort of drop back and then punch it down into the sprint lane. But you can't always get what you want. I've heard that, mostly from my mom.
You've matured over the last year, Nolan. I really appreciate that growth.
I worked hard.
It's good perspective. I'm still working on it myself. 3 to go.
Yeah, Mara has mentioned that.
Yeah, okay. All together down the back straight. Going to be seeing 2 to go. Now coming into that critical phase where an attack at this point, right, we're within the last kilometer of the race. Something could happen in the next 400 meters or so riders really got to be thinking about positioning and aggression.
What this tells me is that they're all sprinters. That's what I'm reading into this.
Every last one of them?
All of them. They all back their sprint.
There we go. They're all ready for the sprint. That's how they're going to win the race. That's a fair analysis. Riders rolling around here above the blue line still. This has been the format of the whole race. And
It does look like it's picking up just a
it
hair.
is starting to speed up. Getting into the final lap. Here we go.
It's what we've all been waiting for, Corey, right here. Bell time.
Put your hands together. Final lap. The short lane looks like it's going to be Sophia Avery taking it first, number 130. One of our riders out of California racing for Monarch Racing takes the front. Right alongside. It looks like Midwest Devo colors there. It's Evie Alvarado, I believe, out of Indianapolis, taking over the front, followed by one of our riders out of Elkick. Houston rider, I think that might be Mia positioning herself now second in the group, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to be your Midwest Devo race team, Evie Alvarado, leading way all the way from the back half of the track. Takes the fast lap. And I miscalled our rider from Texas. That was Addison Blumenthal, number 131, second across the line. Thirteen, 14-year-old junior men for their scratch race. The first race in the Omnium now coming to their start. Riders off for the neutral here in this scratch race final for the junior men. These 13, 14-year-olds had to qualify to race today for this event. Top 16 made it out of the qualifiers from our first session. And here they are now competing in this first step of the Omnium. There's just enough riders that will be working through qualifiers at each step of this Omnium, separating them by a session, so our riders have some rest time as needed before they race in the final. This is not a podium race in and of itself. Again, this is part of the Omnium for these riders. So the first race of 4 about ready to get its start out of turn 4 if they're still all together. And riders on their way. Whistle sounded means racing has started. They got 10 laps on the lap cards, and away we go.
Similar formation to the race we just watched. Elongating a touch here into turn 3.
Yeah, I'm wondering how long we'll see this particular shape from the group with more riders in the field, now 16. Expecting that there might be a little bit more dynamic laps here, maybe a couple of attacks. We saw in the qualifiers some aggression earlier today. So I'm sure some of these riders are coming out here with some plans to make it fast before the bell.
Yeah, I think I've spotted some Enduros rolling around here. Sitting mid-pack. I expect to see some spice here in the next 2 or 3 laps.
8 to go.
Here we go. Star Trek on the front. Putting in a little pace, but the field wise to it. Still together.
We did just update the live stream to have the link for tracktiming.live in the description. We'll also repost that out there for those that are following along live at home. Thanks for being engaged here with us. We got plenty of you watching. If you're enjoying the broadcast, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe button. Support us here in Redmond, Washington with great local racing for great local athletes. Of course, now bolstered up by national quality talent. This weekend is part of the USA Cycling Junior Nats ongoing here. Once again, tracktiming.live for results and the schedule for racing all weekend long.
On the front is rider 64, Oliver Latinsky, coming from Team Oregon, presented by Rada Paint, Beaverton, Oregon. Pulls up and out of the way, but then launching an attack over the top. A little bit of a bait and switch there. Gap in the field into turn 3. Star Trek closing it down. 4 to go.
Latinsky has come up here a few times before Nats to get some familiarity during the junior takeover. Got to see some laps from Indian. He does tend to like these early moves, get this group rolling a little bit, show off a little bit of that overall strength. The field catches on the back straight. Ari from Star Trek doing the work there to bring things together, and things rolling around here pretty quickly. That looks like Rocco Alexander now taking over the front.
You know, both Star Trek riders have been in the top third of the field the entire race.
Bodes well for their finish, I feel.
Yeah, I think they backed themselves in the final kick.
Alexander rolls uphill as the leaders have been caught. He's not getting a lot of help to stay up there, so might as well reset.
Hill is a relative term, Corey.
It is a pretty light hill, I know. Very gentle. Sitting high here, 2 to go. The big finish coming up around the corner. Riders getting in position, thinking about this finish. 2 to go. Big finish coming up here for this scratch race. Big points for the Omnium on the line. You're a 13-14 junior men. They had to qualify to get here. You're top 16 for the scratch. Now competing here. Rolling onto the home straight. That's Javi, number 54, starting the sprint off as the bell's ringing. Round in the corner, everybody locked in behind him. There's Star Trek Racing trying to take over down the back straight. Ari on the front of the lap. It looks like Alkek Velodrome's got one rider locked in right behind. Ari's teammate about 2 wheels back, now starting to work his way up as well. Rocco Alexander following on the wheel. Jerry Baker Jr. rider trying to follow the lead. Gonna have about 2 riders out the front here. It's Star Trek versus Jerry Baker Jr. and they'll be close. Number 45 first across the line. 51 coming in second. Great speed for the junior men, this 13-14-year-old group, making it look good in the scratch race tonight. Riders exit on the back straight. Riders exit on the back straight. Sprint ride number 2 in the finals. Coming up next. First, your junior women, followed by the junior men for the sprints. Medal ceremonies will follow that. We've got some medals to do for our under 11s, 11 through 12. Riders in this scratch race, they will be receiving medals for their individual race as well as the overall Omnium. I may have misannounced that earlier.
I see a lot of riders walking across the track with some slushies. Who do we got in terms of food trucks, Corey?
Well, there's 2 bums shaved ice out there. That's probably what a lot of them are getting for a nice cool treat. We've got the Northwestern Burger, and we've got a Thai food truck out here as well. Lots of good. I had the curry from the Thai truck. It was delicious. Willana Woods, Hannah Ford, getting lined up for their ride. Ford now in lane 1, Woods in lane 2. The winner of the first ride, Ilana Woods, number 146, wins here. She'll be on the 3rd step of the podium, 3rd overall. Hannah Ford, number 105, trailing by 0.049 at the line. Maybe Woods is the secret to forcing ride 3, as she might find herself in another really contested heat here. The rider at front needs to find a way to win in this one to force that 3rd ride and work her way back into this and see if she can find the 3rd overall finish today.
Both riders down low in the sprint lane. Waiting for the other to bite. Who's going to make the move first? Going into the bell. 1 to go.
We saw how close they were at the finish, so again, they're taking this one very seriously. Woods in 2nd position as that bell's ringing. Getting further into this lap, still no move from either rider. Down in the sprinter's lane, so just going to be the power of the bike getting up to speed. No bank to use here, no left-hand turn, just acceleration as we get close here now into turn 3. Still no jump from either rider.
I'm not sure who's got the biggest jump here, but, well, we just found out.
Yeah, that was a good jump from Woods. And trying to go back-to-back here, the rider in white will take it. Ilana Woods will end up on that 3rd step of the podium here for the sprint tournament for her age group, and a nice 2 rides for her. Coming up now to the start line, Sarah Vargas and Gabby St. Clair for their 2nd ride, the ride for 1st and 2nd. Sarah Vargas, number 144, is in lane 1. Gabby St. Clair, number 103, in lane 2. The finals, race for 1st and 2nd, ride 2. Vargas leading the lap. Essentially how she's raced every race to this point is you cannot pass me. Trying to challenge Gabby here again to do the same thing. Can you come around on any point during this lap? Can you challenge me, the fastest racer from this group, trying to confirm this victory today? Vargas gets the bell, starting to really get things up to power for a fast 400 meters. St. Clair in a really tough spot, leaving that gap open, and Vargas is just going to absolutely roll away with it now. St. Clair already recognizing this is a really tall order. Your overall number one qualifier. Vargas setting some records here this morning, doing what she set out to do this year at Track Nats, taking home the Stars and Stripes for the sprinters. I am looking forward to seeing some more wonderful laps from Vargas. And St. Clair improving quickly this year, having a great 2025. Will stand on that second spot for the sprint tournament. Moving right on for our junior men now. The race for third and fourth. In their second ride coming to the start is Ian Choi, number 79 in the green. Looking like he'll be positioned in lane 1 this time with William Huang, number 68, in lane 2. Riders off and away. This one, again, on paper, it seemed like a really good matchup from the get-go. And both riders playing it kind of scrappy on their way here. A lot of movement from both riders, trying to take advantage of position, try to play that mind game in the first lap. Very flexible up and down the track. It was Ian Choi, the rider in green, that took the first ride by 0.014 at the line. Choi committed to take the lead of the lap. He'll do so as they hit the pursuit line. Seeing them both slow down a little bit here. Huang feeling the pressure. He wants to try to find his way onto that third podium step. He's got this very competitive rider out of Star Trek Racing in his way now, though.
William had the opportunity to dive down and take the lead position, but is neglecting to do so, wanting to stay in that second position. Maybe catch a little bit of draft here and come around late.
We saw in the first ride for both of these finals, both the ride for third and fourth and the ride for first and second, the lead rider got beat at the line. So maybe, yeah, Williams saying, let's try it a different way. Let's see if we can turn this around and maybe I can do the pass this time. He'll continue through here. Maybe Choi wants to shorten the track before starting things. He doesn't want to give him that jump from the second position, that ability to pass in turn 3. Wants to keep it tough here. Looking over the left shoulder. Wong's not going to jump him here yet. Choi rolling it down the hill. Both riders pretty comfortable here. Still lots of speed. Plenty of acceleration yet to be shown. Sprinter's lane's open. Choi is inviting. He says, go for it. Now both riders up. They both got good acceleration. This is not going to give Huang a great advantage from second position. He's just got to get on top of it. Huang, Choi. Ooh, Choi made it short, and I think it works for him. Close to the line again.
That might be our closest finish yet.
Another close finish for sure. These two really did compete well. Again, a little bit like the first matchup. The rider in the sprinter's lane kind of coming out may have had an impact. They're looking at it, but I think pretty minimal on the finish there. The live stream's getting a look at the replay on that one. Slow-mo to the line. Again, very close. Even by the eye test, though. Choi on the inside should find the win there. And that does confirm it. Choi will end up third today in the sprint tournament. And it was even closer, you're right, by instead of 0.014, 0.012 at the line in that previous ride.
I did have some vegetables this morning. My eyes are locked in.
Very impressive. Now your race for first and second. Ride 2 underway. This is Louis Bonilla, number 3, at the blue line, just in front of J.C. Pyle, number 7. Your number 1 and 2 qualifiers in today's flying 200 meters.
In ride 1, JC let it out, and Bonilla came around in, was it turn 3? I'm sure JC's cooked up a different strategy for this ride.
Yeah, much like the last heat, you got to expect, if it didn't work the first time, let's not do that again. Pyle known, though, kind of most comfortable from the front. That's kind of how he races a lot. I've seen him do a lot of laps here in a sprint, and he seems to want to be in that position. He's more comfortable being the tempo setter rather than the person having to do the pass, but maybe he has to try that out here against Bonilla. Our local track stand champion, J.C. Pyle, very comfortable standing still. Bonilla, he's going to play the game a little bit here, though. They're both doing a little bit of showmanship here over here in turn 3. He's okay with this, though. I think Pyle's going to let this roll now. He's starting to open up a bit of a gap. That's a long sprint, though, for Pyle. I don't think this is going to get going just yet. Both riders will assume position up the hill. Bonilla likes the follow position. He's back into the shadow. Bonilla. Pyle. The rider from Iron Flyer trying to get this win today. Slower in the 200 meter, but such a great competitor. He showed it in that first ride and the way he passed. Now he's got the controlling position. He's forcing Pyle high here and shortening the race a little bit. Probably should get it rolling here into the third turn. Both riders now getting up out of the saddle side by side. Pyle's got height. Short lane to Bonilla, and I think Bonilla's going to start pulling away here in the turn. Pyle, Bonilla pulling away. Number 3 takes 2. Okay, coming up next, we do have some presentations for some podiums here today, medal ceremonies coming up next. If you would like to attend that, do not have an infield pass, you may make your way to the podium area. Please do not step within the infield area, though. Come on down here, stay on the gray band, head to your right towards the infield, and then in the direction of the podium. We'll meet you over there for the medals. Again, if you do not have a pass for the infield, you may follow the track here and head on over for presentations. This will be for the under 11 junior women's scratch race, the under 11 junior men's scratch race, the 11 through 12 junior women's scratch, 11 through 12 junior men's scratch, and the 13-14 junior women scratch, 13-14 junior men's scratch. So a lot of scratch races here for our younger juniors to be presented. Top 5 will be standing on the podium today. We will start here in just a couple of minutes with those medal ceremonies. Top 5 for all those scratch races for our younger juniors. Under 11s are 11 through 12, and our 13 and 14-year-olds. Top 5s will be called up by name for this ceremony. Please make your way over to the podium area now. Ready to go for our medal ceremonies. First up, the 2025 USA Cycling Junior Track National Championships, your under 11 junior women's scratch race. Top 5. In 5th place for the Jerry Baker Juniors, Cadence Edwards. In 4th place for Velo Sports Center, Mariran Pena. In 3rd place for Star Track Racing, Alina Nagershev. In 2nd place for Star Track Racing, Joanna Tipoclan. And your 2025 champion for this scratch race for Mad Track Arena Racing, it's Ruth Swanson. Hands up and congratulations to your under 11 junior women in today's scratch race. Top 5 for your 2025 USA Cycling Junior Track National Championships under 11 junior men's scratch race final. In 5th place, Kath and Jane. In 4th place for Team Fremont, Joseph Lee. In 3rd place for Team Fremont, Diego Avery. In 2nd place for Mad Track, Hudson Colleen. And your champion for the 2025's under 11 junior men's scratch race, Elijah Goulet. Hands up and congratulations to your under 11 junior men in the scratch race today. And next, your junior men 11 through 12. Excuse me, junior women 11 through 12. Scratch race final, top 5. In 5th place for Star Trek Racing, Haven Kim. In 4th place, Amaris Oeda. In 3rd place for Star Trek Racing, Hannah Mayer. In 2nd place for Ponte Vedra Racing, Catherine Miller. And your 2025 11 to 12-year-old junior women's scratch race champion out of San Jose Bicycle Club, Ayla Zavala. And now for your top 5 for the junior men 11 to 12-year-old scratch race final. In 5th place for Jerry Baker Jr.'s Gavin Fairbanks. In 4th place for Mad Track, Julian Jankowski. In 3rd place for Star Trek, Max Ebens. In 2nd for Mad Track, Sawyer Colleen. And your 2025 junior men 11 through 12 scratch race champion for Edge Cycling, Hugo Meyerhofer. And now for your 13-14 junior women's scratch race final top 5. In 5th place for the Jerry Baker Juniors, Lucy McClintock. In 4th place for Star Trek, Isabella Tipkalan. In 3rd place for Monarch Racing, Sophia Avery. In 2nd place for GHCF, presented by Schottenkirk Kia, Addison Blumenthal. And your 2025 junior women 13-14-year-old scratch champion for Midwest Evo, Evie Alvarado. Points race women's riders to the bike check area, please. Points race women's riders to bike check. And finally, our 13 and 14 junior men, scratch race final top 5. In 5th place for Team BSR Trade Team, Ezra Mumau. In 4th place, racing for Team Oregon, Oliver Latinsky. In 3rd place for Star Trek, Ari Evans. In 2nd place, Jerry Baker Jr.'s Rocco Alexander. And your 2025 champion for the junior 13, 14-year-old men in this scratch race for Star Trek, Viv Carlo. Congratulations to all of our young juniors here in our medal presentation. Plenty more racing to come here during this session. Our younger juniors will have plenty more in their Omniums throughout the weekend. Great racing of these scratch races today. On deck, these junior women, the 17, 18-year-olds coming back for their Omnium, the final race, the points race. On deck to start, followed by the 17, 18 junior men for their points race, the final race of the Omnium. All of our folks on the infield, if you have no infield pass, you must exit now at this time as racing is about ready to get started. We need to start the racing again. If you are on the infield as part of the medal ceremonies, you must now exit the area, and we can continue our racing program once you've made your way out. Thank you. Tent tops off would help with visibility. Sun is low. Could we lower and or remove our tent tops? Thank you very much. Help us see across the middle of the field. Tent tops down and off here. Thank you very much. We will be seeing a third ride between Choi and Huang later on to sort out the 3rd and 4th place for the junior men's sprint tournament. That'll be following the points races that we're about ready to start. Junior women currently on deck. 17, 18-year-olds in this points race. The final for the Omnium about ready to start. We'll call my points so we know their current standings in the Omnium. We're going to go in order from your first place and work our way down for current points in the Omnium. Starting with 118 points in first currently, Emma Jimenez Palos. In second with 116, Ruth Tomko. In third place with 102, Avery Kavner. Jillian Holm with 100. Julia Barna, 96. Louisa Kelly, 94. Riley Halpern, 88. And Helena Stedman, 78 points. All riders called up for their start. All riders called for their start. The podium event here for these junior women, the final in this Omnium. Points race about ready to get started. A 40-lap points race. In the neutral, about ready to get the whistle. Racing underway. I don't know if the rider bio is still open for submissions, but if you would like to help me with announcing correctly with pronunciations, if you fill that out, we will be reading through those. We have been reading through those for any submissions that we have currently. Or you can just come and talk to me after the event. I'm happy to hear for some help. I don't know your riders as well as you do. Come on up and give me some help. I'd be happy to work on it for the weekend. Riders come into this race already earning a lot of points, so if you're not familiar with the Omnium format and how this is working, when I called those numbers before the race started, that is the points totals they come into the race already with. Riders will only be adding from that point on. Every time you hear a bell, points at the front, be the front forward across the line, 5, 3, and 2, and 1 for those riders. At the end of this, we finally will get to crown some champions in the Omnium. Bell at 36, our first opportunity to see some points here in this current race. Your leader starting it off, Emma Jimenez-Palos, number 108, in a back-and-forth battle in the earlier rounds with Rue Tomko, number 101. Only 2 points separating them now. A year ago, we saw Jimenez-Palos in this exact race take some solo laps away from the field. Very powerful endurance rider. You know this field's going to be watching her moves, as many of them are familiar with each other by this point. They've had 3 races already today, and they've seen how great of a competitor she is and just how great of an athlete she is coming into 2025 Junior Nats. Right in front of her right now, though, at the front, that green-colored helmet and the black and blue jersey, that's Tomko, currently second in the Omnium. One more time for our taking the tops off tents, helping with our visibility across the infield. Thank you. Lower and remove those tops. Thank you very much for your help with that. Help us with the sightlines on these final few races this evening. Bells ringing First time to see these riders fight for points in the points race. .154 takes the lane first. That was Riley Halpern. The current leader in the Omnium taking off a little bit here. Tomko getting down into the wheel right behind. Everybody all single file rounding around this first corner. Jimenez Palos has great endurance, but she's still going to try to take the early points. Why not?
You know, Corey, it looked to me that Rue sitting in the draft there maybe could have come around to take those points, but maybe hedging bets on the latter half of the race. Needing some more endurance on the back half, and don't forget about double points on the last lap. My call is unofficial.
They actually finish in the order that they start this Omnium in. So first across the line is your leader in the Omnium. Second across, the rider currently in second. Avery Kavner, 109, was in third to start this race. She comes across the line in third. And Jillian Holm, 102, the fourth to come across the line. Also fourth in the Omnium. Yeah, I've heard tell from like a strategic standpoint that the first points, not really a great indicator of a long points race like this. But sometimes that can be the difference between not getting any points for some riders in a bigger field and getting somewhere on the leaderboard, right?
Yeah, too true, too true.
Yeah. In a small group like this, though, I think the movers and the shakers are going to be at the front. They're doing the work. They're trying to pick up the points whenever they're available. Not surprised to see those strong athletes picking these up on the first sprint.
The group coming out of turn 4, seeing 32 laps to go, 1 lap until the bell. And we've got rider 108, Emma Jimenez Palos, at the front. Up high, though. Rue Tomko locked in position 2. Behind the rider who is leading the Omnium by about 4 points, I believe.
Ball's ringing for another sprint. Your leader at the top of the formation. Tomko tucked in just underneath. Riding all the way into turn 2. And the jump from underneath, I think that's going to be bib 154. Riley Halpern trying to get aggressive while the rest of the field's watching each other. Jimenez Palos taking advantage of some of the movement behind her there. Takes off for a clear victory on this sprint. Woohoo! I think that might have been Kavner coming in number 109, just barely in front of 102, but that was pretty close to call. Might need the finish camera to confirm. We'll see the results.
That group of 4 has a bit of a gap, but looks like they're swinging up high, not really wanting to pull through. Top 3 riders are in the bunch, so not a lot of incentive to keep it rolling.
Confirming it was Kavner on that last lap. Second across the line, number 109. Holm for 2. Tomko for 1. Plenty more laps here in this tough points race to end the Omnium for our 17-18 junior women. Kavner there at the front for Groove Subaru. Excel Sports in the overall standings is third, number 109.
Subaru. Huh. Kia, Subaru,
The more auto-based teams that come, the better junior nats we're having. Is that what you're
I
saying?
think so. Next year I heard Rivian's going to start something up.
There we go.
Their team's going to be electric.
I need my soundboard. I was thinking about getting one this year so I could do up the cue sounds.
And which sound would you have done there?
It's either the womp womp trombone or obviously the boomch. I would always be a nice punctuation for the great dad jokes.
Dad joke. Fun fact, not a dad.
Fun. I'm having so much fun now. Just pre-record him doing the sounds. That's what you're saying? Yeah, that would be great, actually. I could be down for that.
Yeah, for the right fee.
There we go. Our group riding together here after a couple of sprints. The order looks pretty much the same in terms of the Omnium. Himnos Paulo's taking the first two. I mean, she still remains in the lead with 128 points. In second is Tomko now with 120. 107 to Kavner in third. Bell's ringing for our next sprint. 26 to go. Your race leader right now leading out the lap. Just waiting for Tomko to make a jump here from the field. Getting down the sprinter's lane very quickly. Himnos Paulos demonstrating not only do I have the endurance, I've got some good jump too. That's an opportunity maybe for Tomko to pass. That'll be their first 5 of the race. Himnos Paulos for 3, Kavner 2, Halm 1.
Rue Tomko drawn back 2 points on the leader.
Little break of 4 now as it got into the tough part of this points race. What are you talking about? Every lap's tough in a points race, especially at this length. But cut enough laps now, the endurance is starting to play a bit of a factor here. So 24 to go. We got the front 4, the top 4 in the Omnium. Starting to pull away a little bit. .23 to go for 17-18 junior women. Gonna see a bell here in a moment. Or not in a moment, that was 1 lap still away from that, so a little ways to go here. Midway through the race, our order stays the same as it started.
That's pretty neat. All square. Corey, do you have any favorite bikes out there in the peloton today? Hot bike alert. Who is it?
Yeah, that's a tough question because I know nothing about bikes, to be completely honest.
But you can look at a bike and go, that
Just-
looks cool.
Okay, so just from like the eye test?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
let's take a
yeah,
look. Okay, let's see.
But
22
also-
to go. Who's going to
yeah.
take that award? All right, here we go. Let's see. Again, I kind of am a fan of the look. We've got 2 of them out there, actually, both number 108 and 104, I think, riding on those frames.
There's some silver frame up towards the front I'm kind of digging. Not sure what that one is, but silver
Yeah.
always looks pretty nice.
It's snazzy.
But I would prefer gold. And so would they, I bet. That's why they're up towards the front.
There you go. Very track Nats appropriate commentary. He's watching for us now to put us on the live stream to do the antics. He knows he's got the power to do that. 21 to go. Bell's ringing again. Your two race leaders up at the front there. Tomko on the inside position, controlling the field a little bit. Himnos Palos up to their right. Side by side down to the fly to the back straight.
Who's got the bigger jump, Corey?
We saw the acceleration from Himnos Palos, but the catch and the power in the long term, Tomko was able to climb their way back into this. This is going to be a tough one, though. Himnos Palos doing a great job pulling it up down to power quickly. Ooh! Wow! Tomko really wanted it. I got a good look at the finish line. I'm not sure they got there. It was really close. Gonna need the finish camera to confirm.
Our call is unofficial, but you didn't even make a call, if I'm honest, so we're safe.
It's true. And by what must be a very small margin, it will go to Himnos Palos for the 5 that time. Tomko for 3. Kavner 2. Holm 1.
Yeah, coming out of turn 3, they left a little bit more rush room than the sprint previous, so just a little bit harder gap to close. They still had the rush room and came over the top, but just maybe 10 meters too much. Or too few, really. Too few.
All right, our field recombining themselves and awaiting the next sprint again here. Leader in the race remains the leader in the Omnium coming into this race. She holds on to the top spot. Himnos Palos, number 108, with a total of 136 points. Rue Tomka with 128 in second. Avery Kavner in third with 111. And Jillian Holm in fourth with 105. All of the riders have the same points they started the race with. Being a 17, 18-year-old event, this will be a 3-deep podium. So right now, there's also a good race going on between Kavner and Holm. They finish in the same order pretty much throughout this whole series so far, as it's always been Holm just behind Kavner. But she's still close enough that she could climb her way back in this before this race is done and maybe take that third spot on the podium away.
Uh-oh, sneak attack. Who's this?
There we go. We'll have to see it. This is 154 again. Riley Halpern.
You know, this is great news for Emma because the longer they stay out there, the more points they're going to sweep up, and the less work Emma's going to have to do to retain her top spot.
I mean, unofficially, I think Halpern just became the Beer Garden's favorite, according to Andy Baker's on the live chat saying, above the blue, you get a boo from the Beer Garden. So they're looking for some moves. So Halpern's getting some love from Baker down there. I see him clapping for the junior. Bell's ringing. Halpern trying to get some big points in the Omnium here. 16 to go. Off the front, being allowed some running room here. The rest of the field knows that Halpern hasn't been able to get any points in this race just yet, so they'll kind of keep an eye on each other. Halpern will be getting the points back in the field. That's Tomko leading out the sprint right now. Tomko, Himnos Palos coming up around the red line, will grab 3 this time. Tomko 2. And there's Kavner, number 109, once again right in front of number 102. Yes on the attack, says the live chat. I know, right? This is getting good. Thanks for being out there. If you're appreciating the work we do to broadcast, don't forget to support us. Thumbs up. And, of course, subscribe will really help our video. Get out there and get out the big word.
Special shout out to all the Star Trek fans out there up late on a school night. It's 11:30 p.m., all you folks in New York. Thanks for tuning in. Well, school night means work night when you're an adult, but you still say school night. That's how I roll.
Keeps you in that young mindset, that young mentality. Tomko leading the field out right now. Up along the rail. There's your race leader right behind them. Himnos Palos. Halpern picking up 5 points in that last sprint. now with a total of 93. Hinos Palos with 3 more points at 139. Tomko for 2 more at 130. Kavner finds 1 more point. Good for 112 now, still in third. 13 to go. The racing going well here for these junior competitors. They've got a couple more sprint opportunities here before the big double sprint at the end and the conclusion for their Omnium series. Seeing 12 to go. Bell next time around. Our next bell upcoming, field sitting mostly above the blue line, awaiting the next acceleration. The long points race continuing. Points next time around. Your rider in third overall, Kavner, kind of mid of the field at the front now, controlling the race. The rider in overall in fourth, Jillian Holm, on her right. That's number 102, who gets up out of the saddle first. Holm now at the front, Kavner behind. There's Tomko and Himenos Palos, your front four. Tomko making the move up above the red line, now trying to get around the corner to the front. Tomko lining up for 5, Himenos Palos for 3, Kavner 2, and this time it's 104. Moving up for their first points within the race, Luis Kelly, SJBC race team competitor, finding 1 in this sprint. Nine to go. Points updates. Your leader now with 142. And was Palos. In second, Rutomko with 135. And then several points back to your third place riders. Avery Kavner with 114. Jillian Holm with 105. Luisa Kelly picking up that 1 point, improves from 94 to 95 points. Still in the same order she started, though. That change at the third and fourth place is looking harder and harder here as Kavner is now about a 9 point differential from fourth to third place. 8 to go. Halpern was thinking about it, and the field said, okay, hold on. But I heard the home crowd enjoyed the move anyways. All in the middle of the track here. Our last lap's upcoming. The penultimate sprint right around the corner. Saw 7 to go. Bell next time around. The 2025 USA Cycling Junior Track National Championships. Day 1 getting close to its conclusion here. The Omnium for the junior men, 17, 18-year-olds. Those riders should be getting all set to go along the infield here as they're just 6 quick laps away from their start. And we have a Ride 3 in the sprint tournament for 15-18 junior men as well. Before we'll wrap it up for this evening. 6 to go, the bell's ringing. The current leader up high at the front in a familiar position in the field right now. Tomko flanking and trailing by about half a bike length as they come down it into the final 200 meters. The move will come underneath, though, as it looks like that's 102, I believe, positioning down in the sprinter's lane. Himos Palos takes the lead of the lap, looking very strong and still very smooth late into this race. Another 5. That's 3 this time for Kavner, 109. Tomko for 2. Looks like Louisa Kelly, number 104, picking up another single point here. At 4 to go, Halpern's starting to push away again here. Your point updates. Leader Himnos Palos with 147. Tomko in second with 137. Kavner in third with 117. It's a lot of 7s. In fourth place with 105 is Jillian Holm. Louisa Kelly jumps up a position now in a tie for 5th with Barna after picking up that single point. Still making it a contest here. Halpern, the home crowd favorite. 3 to go.
I believe that first place
Your rider for the 2028 race team, the leader of the race, Himnos Palos. You know why she's on that development team. She is just an absolute superstar athlete here this weekend and demonstrating her strength, trying to take care of this Omnium. 10 points in the lead ahead of local strong junior rider, Ruth Tomko. A little bit of snaking getting out there to find some space, a little bit of quick rotations. Everybody's doing all right, though, down the back straight as they attacked off the front, starting to get brought back together again. And just in time for the final bell. The lead will remain unchanged, all in except for one scenario, and that's if Tomko gets 10 and Himnos Palos gets 0. Otherwise, Himnos Palos has already got this thing wrapped up. She just needs to get a single point in this sprint. 1 to go. Tomko looking around, sees that there's a little bit of movement behind them. Tomko coming out of that sprinter's lane, now working their way down the back straight. Himnos Palos finds any points in this sprint. It will confirm her victory today as the Omnium champion for the age group. Nice looking fast lap here for these fantastic junior athletes. Put your hands together for this final lap of 40 lap points race coming to its conclusion. Tomko for the final 10. A strong showing for second place and an incredible 40 laps, and an Omnium here for Himnos Palos will be your champion for the age group. Another congratulations to number 108 for a fantastic series here during the Omnium. Medal ceremonies later on tonight where we can celebrate all these great races during the session. A few riders crossing right now to get out of here and ready for day 2 tomorrow. Racing to resume at 10 a.m. The men's points race, we still have riders who have not checked in for the bike check. Junior men in the points race, we're still looking for more for check-in. You You'd expect after a whole day of this, we'd be getting a little bit more on top of it. That's all right. We're still learning. Day 2 will be better. Check in for junior man in the points race. Still looking for several riders to make their way over. Riders rolling out for their points race. Here in the Omnium, your current leader, Midwest Devos, David Jackson Clary with 112. In second, Merrick Gallagher from Jerry Baker Jr.'s with 110. In third with 108, Gavin Newman for Team Epic. Just a few points separating your top 3. In fact, in a tie. Nope, just 2 points behind, pardon me. Small formatting on my phone. I have to pinch zoom a bit here. With 106, Cassius Adamski in fourth. "40 laps, an 8x5. The conclusion. I can see 50. I can read. 10 sprints. 1 sprint every 5 laps. Riders working on this points totals they come in with here to start the race. At the end, we'll have a champion for the Omnium Junior, 17, 18-year-old men. Omnium.
Did the race start? Did they blow the whistle?
Yes.
You know, a lot of them weren't on rollers, so they're just getting the warm-up in now, I think.
Late to check in, didn't quite get the full warm-up package they're looking for. That makes sense. Rushed to get out here after that 40-lap points race right before them.
Yeah, it's really hard to get the timing down for that.
Your race leader in the Omnium series so far coming into the race, wearing bib number 4. Kind of a lime green jersey, white helmet. Midwest Devo race right at the front of the field now down the sprinter's lane. Cassius Adamski, number 17 to the front, 48. 8 to go, first bell at 46.
Nobody's sending too much of an attack just yet. Going to be coming into 46 to go, which will be the bell. Merrick, the Redmond Raptor, on the front.
We're trying that one out. I like it. If you read the bio, his favorite dinosaur is dinosaur. Velociraptor, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. The raptor, the Red-Bin Raptor. I think it fits. Gallagher picks up 5. Clary 3. That's number 2 next across the line. Ainswalla with 2 in that sprint, I believe. And Cassius Adamski 4th across with 1. Moving pretty quick after that sprint is Gallagher and Adamski vying for position at the front. .43 to go. After that first sprint, you do have a tie at the top of this Omnium now. 115 points to both Gallagher and Clary. In third with 108 is Newman, and in fourth with 107 is Adamski. So now just 1 point separating third and fourth. A tie at the top for first and second currently. Getting some good call-outs in the live chat for Emma for a successful race. Got some fans all over tuning in, also celebrating and supporting Cassius here in the race today. Adamski showing up pretty well in some of the early races. A very dominant tempo race for Adamski on his way here to the points race, this final for the Omnium. Currently fighting to work his way into third overall. Bell ringing, 41 to go. Rider who's third in the Omnium, number 5, Gavin Newman, a little bit quiet on that first sprint. Might trying to work his way up this time as he's following the wheel of Clary, the current Omnium leader. But Shumskas from Star Trek, the rider in green, is going to lead the lap here into the turn. A little bit tight through the turn as Gallagher comes up into Clary. Cassius Adamski coming around the corner will start moving up. Gallagher fighting for the points. Gallagher in front of Adamski. There's Newman finding some points as well, and I'm not sure if it was Shumskas getting points there or if it was Clary.
I think Clary was boxed out of the points there. Just didn't have the right line coming through, and I think Shumskas walked away with 1 there.
That's a big one for Gallagher, who picks up the big 5, and his closest competition walks away with nothing on that in sprint. 120 for your race leader, Merrick Gallagher. Clary in second with 115. In third with 110, Gavin Newman and Cassius Adamski. Now in a tie.
You know, speaking of the big 5, just picked up a new bike recently from there. Thinking about bringing it out next Friday night, giving it a rip.
Is that advised? Do you have a coach?
No.
No.
No
Yeah.
and no.
No and no.
Does it
Okay.
look like I have a coach? Don't answer that.
38 remaining. Bell at 36 for your next sprint.
You know, I think Gavin Newman's just being a little sneaky. I think he hasn't, put his nose in the wind too much. He's sitting back, letting some of the bigger riders duke it out, maybe tucker themselves out a little bit, and then he's going to strike.
Yeah, I think he's at a bit of a disadvantage in the overall endurance, maybe, but great finisher, a really good tactical rider. So if he stays out of the wind, like you said, maybe he can stay up on this podium. It's going to be a tough ask. Cassius Adamski right now in a dead heat with him. And last year, Adamski with some really big results here during the weekend, in particular in this Omnium race from a year ago.
You know, I see Cash continually coming to the front and just rolling off the front a little bit, taking a look over his shoulder. I wonder if he's scouting just a gap, and then he's going to punch it.
He's got that kind of effort in him. We saw it during the tempo. When he gets a gap, he will hold it.
Yeah, with his good results on the road this year, I think that the long game is going to suit him well towards the back half of this race. I wouldn't be surprised if he did go up the road. But he is a marked rider.
It certainly seems like 13's trying to keep himself pretty close to wherever 17 is in the group when he's not on the front like he is here. Going to Junior Worlds last year for Team Pursuit. So he's known for powerful laps. Doesn't mind being at the front like this, so he'll see if this will work for him for another 5. Gallagher, rounding the corner. Looks in position, should find the 5. Clary behind. Whoa! I think it's just barely number 4 in front of 17. Gallagher expecting this a little bit, as I think, as we're talking a little bit off mic there, the expectation, I think, for Cash is, again, look for the weak spot. He did this in the tempo. Look for the weak spot, go off the front, get a good position, and then roll for a bit away from the field. After a sprint, that's the exact time you want to do it in the points race. That's when everybody's gasping for a little extra oxygen. So he tries it there. Gallagher marks him pretty quick. Even after winning that sprint, he's got enough power to keep Cassius in check.
You know, I'm not sure if Merrick knew that they had a gap, but here we go again, contemplating options here.
Relentless.
Clary doing the same amount of work and getting off the front here, saying just a bit much, gambling that the group will pull them all back together.
And 33 to go. We're not even halfway through, and I think Adamski is going to have to keep working Gallagher like this, trying to wear him down. This is now Zavala, number 2, taking out at the lead. Your points totals after that previous sprint, Gallagher with 125. In second now, Clary with 117. Cassius Adamski with 113. Newman with 111. Both Shumskas and Zavala have picked up points within the race, bring up their points totals, but not really changing the order just yet. And another bell's ringing. Gallagher, the current race leader, looking over the right shoulder, watching for the next move.
With his raptor-like reflexes, he's just playing a waiting game. When somebody jumps, he's going to punch it, keep him out in the wind, and probably snag another 5.
As a team pursuit, I mean, aren't Velociraptors pack hunters? That might be part of the story. I don't know. Gallagher for 5. That's number 12 getting his first points of this particular race. Troy Sanders for Edge Cycling. I think that was Newman getting 2 there. Here it goes again. Some riders off the front trying to push the pace right after the sprint. Trying to catch Gallagher in a tough position here as Cash is moving away.
Clary in Group 2, working hard on the front to draw things back together.
It was Newman getting 1 point in that previous sprint. Aiden Zavala, number 2, was third across the line for 2 points. Again, Troy Sanders for 3. Gallagher, 5. Your leader now with 130 points. In second place, 117, is David Jackson Clary. 113 points for Adamski in third. 112 for Newman in fourth. The Portland Rider really trying to make it hard for Hot Tubes to stay comfortable in that third position. In fact, he's following his wheel. I think he knows who he's racing against right now, but the endurance, again, I kind of mentioned this earlier. Newman is a really great pack racer. He knows how to work in a group and be very smart, very tactical. If it's just pure endurance, so it's not exactly the card he wants to play. He's backing off. Tough situation here. Cash knows the way he's going to beat Gallagher tonight. Start working his way up. Got a gap here between Cash and the rest of the field. This is going to be a big move for the race tonight. Can this field work out against this very strong rider for Hot Tubes? Adamski in a perfect place here now to pick up 5. This is what he was waiting for. Longer into the race. As you called, Nolan, this looks like the way that Cash needs to race today to win. Some road success this year. Got a great base, good endurance. Couldn't get many in those group sprints, just trying to get away from these other juniors. Cash coming in for 5. The sprint from behind. Edge cycling on the front. Woohoo! Newman trying to get a toss there for points. I think it's going to be... I think that was number 4, still just ahead of Newman. Is David Jackson Clary getting some important points here. And that is confirmed. Troy Sanders for 3, David Jackson Clary 2, and Gavin Newman 1. And Cash making the move here, 24 to go. Gallagher sitting out that last sprint, your current race leader, not really getting points. I think he was getting geared up for this. He said, I don't need the 5, I need the leader back.
Yeah, he's really drawn this thing closed. Cash kind of unzipped the jersey a little bit, looking for some more airflow out there as well. And pulling up track, pulling the ripcord here, and it's all going to come back together, but I wouldn't expect it to stay together for long.
Yeah, right as the catch is happening, another one of our speedy riders here. Troy Sanders starting to show up the longer the race goes. More good finishes here for a rider from Edge Cycling. Right now in 5th in the standings. Back to the field, you'll notice again, because of his current standings in the Omnium, this rider's being allowed a little bit of running room. Merrick sitting on the back of the field as the catch is going away for the leaders. There goes Adamski and Newman. Troy Sanders off the front. 22 to go. Cash leading the way for the catch. Newman. And now off the back, your race leader. As he's lost the pace of the field. Number 13 going to have to work his way back in, but I don't think he's going to find it now. The race rolling away from him at 21 to go. Here is the opportunity for the rest of these riders in this field to start ticking away at the leader. Cash leading the way still for this chase of 3. With Newman, number 5, fighting him here. Number 2 is Aiden Zavala in that group of 3. Five points to Sanders. 3 for Cash. 2 Newman. 1 for Zavala. Noah Shumskis working hard here to bring things back together again. He brings the former leader in the Omnium back up to this group of 3. Your race leader, Gallagher, still in the lead of the race with points, number 13. Points updates, Gallagher 130. Adamski 121 in second now. David Jackson Clary has jumped down to 3rd with 119. Newman in 4th with 115. Troy Sanders, the rider off the front, with 109 in 5th. There goes Cash, trying to pull away from the rest of these chasing riders. Looks like Gallagher finding the second gear he needed. Trying to stay up on the laps here still as number 12 is chasing him down. That's the leader of the race in black and red. Next on the track on this lap is the rider in blue, Cash, number 17, followed by the field of 4, seeing 17 to go. The back of the lap, Gallagher getting some help from the home crowd. A little off the pace, but starting to feel himself a little bit more. Getting back into this effort, holding on.
Looks like he might be closing in on that group of 4 as we get the bell here for rider number 12.
Bell's ringing for Cash as well. The top 3 positions getting very interesting here. Cash is going to get some more points. Getting closer to Gallagher's 130 total. Troy Sanders, even with this big move, has got a long ways to go to catch up to the leaders, but if he can stay in this position for the next couple of sprints, your rider from Edge Cycling is going to find himself up on a podium if he keeps out here like this. This is an impressive solo ride. He didn't get a lot of noise from us coming into this race. He was waiting for his own opportunity to show off his endurance.
Yeah, and he's got a really good aero position with those bars up high. Just dropped out of it now, but it's a tough position to hold. Big sprint here for, was that 2 points?
Between Newman and Clary. Yeah, a fight for the points out of that field.
And Merrick does seem to be closing the gap even further here on that group of 4. But Gavin Newman punching it a little bit, trying to stay away.
Newman picking up 2 points. Clary, 1 point. Her points totals. Gallagher in the lead with 130. Cassius in second with 124. David Jackson Clary in third with 120. Newman in fourth with 117. Troy Sanders now has 114 points. He's knocking on the door, like I said, of this podium. What a big move for the rider for Edge Cycling. Showing up here today and putting on a masterclass in the solo breakaway. The timing, the effort, the early speed, and now the consistency he's maintaining. He is on pace to do something very special here today, number 12.
Merrick can now pick up points. Yeah, and actually still.
Gallagher has found the field. Your current race leader is back in contention and can find some points here. Adamski off the front, still looking to find 3 points in each of these sprints. Troy Sanders off the front will be picking up the 5. There is still a scenario where Gallagher can hold on. If he can pick up 2 points in these next couple of laps every single time, he's got to be involved. He's got to find good points. Otherwise, this lead's going to change up. Impressive ride here from both Sanders and Adamski. 12 to go. Gallagher took a breath, reset himself, and looks like he's back into his normal form again. Not sure where he went for a few laps, but it was painful wherever it was. Lots of cheering on the live chat for this race. Not many riders in this field, but they've got a lot of fans out there. Big hopes on the shoulders of these young competitors today. Gallagher's got to be thoughtful here about not leading the effort. He's not trying to catch anybody right now. That's too far, and I don't think he's got the gas left in the tank. So what he's trying to do is fight for the points in these sprints. He needs the points out of this field, so he'll start to move up and out of the sprinters lane. We'll check over here for your leaders, confirming again Sanders doing such an incredible race here today, picking up 5. There's Cash Adamski for 3. The sprint for 2 out of the field. It'll be Clary and then Gallagher, followed by Newman, so it'll be 1 point for your race leader. Still technically in the lead on points.
You know, I sort of wonder here as the catch is being made at the front, what's going to happen? What's the strategy here? Do they work together at the front?
Nolan, he's attacking off the field.
Oh,
He's going to
sorry.
try and catch them.
I missed that part.
I just said he doesn't have any gas left.
Holy
He's like,
smokes.
No. I have 2 full tanks. I just need to change them in between. He's going again. 9 to go. Might be the most unorthodox way I've seen a points race ridden on our Velodrome in a while, but his overall athleticism being shown here today, maybe this was intentional. He was just trying to throw the fake, you know?
I just can't see that being the case, and here we go. It's coming together at the front. Your race leader, Merrick the Raptor from Redmond, Gallagher.
These athletes, I don't know. I don't have much more analysis. I'm kind of out of words. 8 to go. Cash is going to attack here. He knows Gallagher just worked really hard to get up there. Your leader is fighting over for points here. Even if Gallagher can get 2 in this next sprint, Cassius will still just be getting close to taking over at the top. This is a battle, folks. Sanders with 119 now, rider number 12, trying to get into the top 3 with these next 2 sprints, and he's on pace to do it. A really impressive effort for number 12. These guys have done all the work they need to do to separate themselves from the field, and they're taking a breather. Your field on the home straight being led with right now by number 4, David Jackson Clary. Down the back straight, Cash on the attack again. Gallagher responding. Number 12 starting to show a little bit of wear and tear here. He'll be fine, though, as they'll back off the attack. Bell's ringing again. 6 to go. 6 to go. Gallagher with 131 going into the sprint. Adamski with 127, a 4-point differential for your 2 leaders. David Jackson Clary with 122, still holding on to 3rd. Incredibly, back from this field.
Merrick attacking from the top. Cash was looking the other direction. Merrick's got him gapped here. Should roll in pretty easy for the 5. Unreal.
Clawing his way back into this race. Cash looking really good here today, too. What a matchup and what a strange way for this one to play out, but let's forget all of that. We're now into a really good race finish situation. The sprint for a single point here from the field, as your current 3rd place rider needs to find this point. Very critical for him. Number 4 picks up a single point, but it's going to matter. These points are getting awfully close. Let's get the updates here in just a moment. Your leader, Gallagher, with 136. 2nd place, Adamski with 130. Clary in 3rd still with 123. Troy Sanders in 4th with 121. Just 2 points behind taking over at 3rd place. Sanders is just about to take over that 3rd spot on the podium. He just needs this 4 points or better in this final sprint. We're talking about all the scenarios now. Gallagher, if he gets 4 points in this upcoming sprint, he is vulnerable. He needs to be up at 1st or 2nd place across the line, or Cash being at the back of this group would also do the same thing. Quite the situation we got here for our Omnium. Number 12 riding away from the field when he did, really set up the geography of this race in a really unique way, pulling everything apart at the same time that Gallagher was shelving off the back. It looked like he was done hanging at the bike. I'm going home. Everything's wrapped up. And he said, actually, you know what? I'm going to go catch another 250-meter gap here. Just hold on for a few laps. Gets back up to the front. Never loses the lead, by the way, in that time. All the while, our rider in black and red has worked all the way up to the point where he is now in striking distance for 3rd on the podium. Gallagher still holding on to the lead. Could lose it to Cash here. And Adamski riding just an incredibly aggressive, constant attacking ride. You could see it, the payoff, mid-race, what it was doing to Gallagher. What a contest. Two to go for the field. And now onto the home straight. Your final lap of the race. It's 1 to go. All eyes on the group of 3 in turn 2 right now. Down the back straight. Gallagher at the lead. Adamski. Noah Shumskus out of the field, gets the bell. He's going to pull away from the field. That's a big move. Coming around the corner. Gallagher and Adamski at the front. Gallagher and Adamski at the front. Adamski will get the final 10. Gallagher for 6. That will give the win to Gallagher by 2 points on your final point standings, unofficially. Here's the sprint for 2. David Jackson Clary knows he needs to get points here in this sprint. 2 more for your rider for the Midwest Devo, number 4.
Corey, I don't know what I just saw.
That was a lot of fun is what it was. What a crazy race. Gallagher, 142 points, your winner of the Omnium. In second place, Adamski with 140. A tie for 3rd in the points between Sanders and Clary. And like I said, barely getting onto that podium off the front, number 12, in a tie break. Troy Sanders in 3rd place.
Well done, Troy. What an effort.
Incredible. a round of the finals for the junior men's sprints. We still have to settle the race for third and fourth in ride 3. Their final ride in this head-to-head matchup, the match sprints for our junior men's sprint tournament, now coming up for their start. And here it is, the final ride of this matchup. This one has been quite the contest between these two. Back and forth between the two rides. Both riders having a little bit of difficulty in that sprinter's lane when they were the rider in front, having an impact on the overall race, especially in that second ride. They're brought back out for the third matchup today, and the final one to settle the score. Third place in today's junior men sprint podium on the line here after these 2 laps are all over. This will also be the end of our evening together. We're going to come back for more racing tomorrow. So after this race, we will be doing some medal ceremonies on the infield. We'll be back with more tomorrow with our next session at 10 in the morning. Continuing on with USA Cycling Junior Nats here at the Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome.
Well, that ruins my brunch plans.
Unfortunate. You can just bring it here. Slow start. We've seen these two. They've raced this thing really close, really competitively. Now, Choi moving down track, Huang following the wheel. Both riders moving down track, preparing now for the bell. Looking a little bit more focused here, a little less playful in their movements, perhaps. Very high position. It's been in the final 200 meters where these juniors have had a little bit of trouble, both working so hard and really trying to get every absolute inch out of their bikes as they can. Choi still leading the lap. Huang in second wheel, the local rider in the black and blue against the East Coast rider in green. Both riders starting to move in position down into the back straight. Huang in front. Seems to be waiting for something. He's going to start moving now. Choi's going to take the second wheel position. Huang's just got to lead this out from the front. Does he have the power left to hold on here? Choi's making the catch around the corner. Looking smooth from both riders, Huang and Choi. Choi in ride 3. What might be best here for what is junior Nats is to see each of those heats get a little bit better in terms of how well they're ridden, how clean they look for those two riders. That was a very nice ride from both competitors and a good finish for Choi.
Yeah, less nerves from everybody on that one. Solid finish. And the biggest gap so far we've seen. For that duo, anyhow.
And next up, medal ceremonies for the rest of our competitors. If you do not have an infield pass, you may make your way across the track and head over towards the podium area for the medal ceremonies. Medal ceremonies for junior sprinters and the 17-18 Omniums will be beginning shortly. Riders report to the podium area if you were top 3 for your races. Top 3 for the sprints and the Omniums from tonight's session. Top 3s to the podium. Medal ceremonies in 1 minute. 1 minute till we'll start our presentations. Top 3 for the sprints and the Omniums today. 1 minute. All right, before we begin our medal ceremony this evening, we have a special presentation real quick to honor and thank our program director. Where's Amara Edwards at? Everybody, I don't know if you know this. This is it's the most important time of the year for us here at the track, but it's also Amara's birthday today. Can we put our hands together and give some love to our program director here at the Velodrome, Amara Edwards? I think we have some cupcakes to present for you and our staff here. Thank you for putting in all the hard work to put together track nats again here at our Velodrome, and happy birthday. And now we can begin with some medal presentations. Up first, your junior women in the sprints final, the top 3. In third place, Ulana Woods. In second place for Star Track Racing, Gabby St. Clair. And in first place, your 2025 Junior Women's Sprint Champion, Sarah Vargas. Congratulations to our 15-18 Junior Women's Sprint Champions. And now our 15-18 junior men's sprint final top 3. In third place for Star Track Racing, Ian Choi. In second for the Jerry Baker Juniors, J.C. Pyle. And your 2025 Junior Men's Sprint Champion for Ironfly Racing, Louis Bonilla. Hands are up, and congratulations to our 2025 Junior Man Sprint Champions. (17-18) Junior Women Omnium top 3. In third place for Groove Subaru Excel Sports, Avery Kavner. In second place, Jerry Baker Jr.'s Rue Tomko. Your 2025 Junior Women 17-18 Omnium Champion for 2028 race team, Emma Jimenez Palos. And congratulations to your Junior Women Omnium Champions. And now your top 3 for the Junior Men Omnium. In third place for Edge Cycling, Troy Sanders. In second place for Hot Tubes Development Cycling Team, Cassius Adamski. And your 2025 Junior Men 17-18-year-old Omnium Champion for the Jerry Baker Juniors, Merrick Gallagher. Arms up and congratulations to your 2025 Junior Men 17-18 champions in the Omnium. We have made it to the end of our presentation for today. USA Cycling Junior National Track Championships will be coming back tomorrow, a 10 a.m. session. More great racing this weekend. We look forward to so much more excitement here with the juniors. If you're here watching live still, appreciate you being with us. If you're out here at the Velodrome, of course, a beautiful evening. Thanks for being out with us all day. We'll be back again showing the broadcast at 9:55. More great racing tomorrow at 10 and at 6. On day 2, we continue with more great fun here. The USA Cycling Junior Track National Championships. Excited for more tomorrow. See you then.